Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Human Trafficking Hater. On this episode, we are going to look at the case against Ghislaine Maxwell, including how the new documentary about her factors in, the judge allowing more redacted files into the case, her new court date, and how the biggest sex trafficking case in the world is similar to most other sex trafficking cases. Now, on with the episode. Researchers working in the recently released documentary Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's Shadow have spoken to more than 200 sources over the course of several years to build up a clearer picture of who Ghislaine Maxwell is. The executive producer, Emma Cooper, said that interviews with so many people allowed our team to do an amazing amount of cross-referencing of testimony, and so we started to suspect that she had known Epstein longer, right back in the late 1980s when he was doing business in London. Eventually, we got to the point where we could assert this fact, although we still don't know exactly when they met or when the relationship started. This finding might help prosecutors to establish a longer relationship between Epstein and Maxwell than what was previously known, because many believed the relationship did not start until the early 1990s. While the new documentary is shedding light into Maxwell and Epstein's relationship, previous court documents may reveal even more. As always, Ghislaine's legal team has vehemently opposed allowing the documents to be considered evidence in her trial. However, according to the Associated Press, the judge Allison Nathan denied her lawyer's request to keep the interviews out of her upcoming trial. The judge ruled that Maxwell's lawyers will have time to recommend redactions in the interviews that they feel may be necessary to protect their client. This is somewhat concerning because a lot of Ghislaine's secrets are hidden away by these redactions. If you don't believe me, just take a look at my previous video where I go through her entire 476-page deposition from her civil case with Virginia Giuffre. The judge has also changed the trial start date from starting on July 12th after Ghislaine's legal team complained that the sex trafficking charges added in March left them insufficient time to investigate the new charges and prepare for trial. The judge is now allowing jury selection to occur in mid-November, and the trial will start on November 29th of this year. Incredibly, with all the attention this case has received, it is still very similar to many other sex trafficking cases that make it to trial, because the case against Ghislaine hinges primarily on the testimony of the victims. The victims include 4 women who were abused, including 2 who say they were recruited when they were just 14 years old. When the day comes, it will likely be difficult for these victims to face Ghislaine in court, as many other sex trafficking victims find it an incredibly overwhelming process to face their abusers in court. The complexity of the trauma that these victims have endured is difficult to understand, but many are coping with PTSD for years after the abuse stops. That is all for this episode, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Is Ghislaine going to be able to hide more of her secrets by redacting documents that are going to be included in the trial? Or will her secrets finally be out for good? What about her new trial date? Does the extra time really matter? If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more like it, make sure you click the subscribe button now, because there are new episodes every week and you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching.